Welcome back to the channel Rare Coins All World, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we've got something special to talk about, something you might not expect to have a huge value. It's the United States $1 dime from 1965. Now, when most people think of dimes, they picture a small, everyday coin worth just 10 cents. But today, we're going to show you why that 1965 dime could be worth much more than you think. You'll want to stick around until the end of this video to find out exactly how much this dime could be worth in today's market. Let's take a quick trip back in time to 1965. The country was going through some interesting changes, both culturally and economically. The Vietnam War was underway, and the United States was seeing a rise in civil rights movements, as well as changes in technology and pop culture. It was a year of change, and the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins for circulation. The 1965 dime was part of the regular coinage being used by Americans during this time. But what makes this particular coin stand out in the world of numismatics? The design of the 1965 dime is classic and instantly recognizable. On the obverse, you'll find the image of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. This design was created by artist John R. Sinek, and it's been on the dime since 1946, shortly after Roosevelt's passing. On the reverse side, you'll see a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength, arranged around the word liberty. It's a design that has stood the test of time and is beloved by coin collectors, but here's the twist: while the 1965 dime might seem like just another regular coin, there's something that makes this particular year special in the world of coin collecting. In 1965, the U.S. government made a major change to its coinage. For the first time since the late 1800s, the dime was no longer made from 90% silver. Instead, it was produced using a copper-nickel-clad composition. This shift was a result of rising silver prices and the need to reduce the cost of minting coins during a time of economic strain. The new dimes, including the 1965 issue, were made from a combination of copper and nickel, which gave them a different look and feel than the silver dimes that came before. At first, this might not seem like a huge deal. After all, coins are made from all kinds of metals, right? But the significance of this change became apparent in the years to come. You see, while most 1965 dimes were minted in this new copper-nickel composition, a small number of dimes were mistakenly struck with the old silver content. These rare silver dimes, also known as silver Roosevelt dimes, are the real treasure for collectors. So, what does this mean for you as a coin collector? Well, the 1965 silver dimes are extremely rare, and they're considered one of the most valuable mistakes in U.S. coinage history. If you happen to find a 1965 dime that was struck with the old silver composition, you could be sitting on a coin worth a small fortune. The silver content in these rare coins makes them not only valuable to collectors but also to those interested in the precious metal itself. Now, here's where things get exciting. These 1965 silver dimes are incredibly hard to find. They were produced in such small numbers that they're practically considered one of the rarest U.S. coins from the 20th century. Most of the 1965 dimes you'll come across are the regular copper-nickel variety, but if you come across one of the silver ones, you could have a rare gem in your hands. The key to identifying a 1965 silver dime is to examine its weight and composition. A regular 1965 dime, made from copper-nickel, weighs about 2.27 grams. However, the silver dimes, which were accidentally minted with the older silver composition, will weigh around 2.5 grams. You can also use a magnet to check. Copper-nickel coins are not magnetic, but silver ones will attract a magnet. If you have one of these rare 1965 silver dimes, congratulations, you've found a treasure, but just finding a 1965 silver dime isn't the only thing that determines its value. Like all coins, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its worth. A dime that's in excellent, uncirculated condition will naturally fetch a much higher price than one that's been worn down by years of circulation. The better the condition, the more valuable the coin. So, how much can a 1965 silver dime actually be worth? Well, depending on its condition, rarity, and any other special factors, like unique minting errors, the value of these coins can skyrocket. And when I say skyrocket, I mean it. A well-preserved 1965 silver dime can be worth as much as $42,000. Yes, you heard that right, $42,000 for a single dime. It's hard to believe, right? A coin that was originally worth just 10 cents could be worth tens of thousands of dollars today. Now, you might be wondering how you can tell if you found one of these rare 1965 silver dimes. The key is to look closely at the weight, the feel of the coin, and its appearance. If you find one that seems to have a higher weight or that isn't magnetic, it's worth getting it professionally graded. A grading expert can help confirm whether the coin is truly a rare silver dime and give it a grade that will help determine its value in the market. If you're serious about collecting coins, finding a 1965 silver dime is a dream come true. Not only are these coins rare, but they also have an incredible historical significance due to the unique error that led to their production. So, keep your eyes peeled for those little dimes. They may seem like just another coin in your pocket, but they could be worth much more than you ever imagined. Today, we're going to talk about a fascinating little coin, the 1967 United States 1 dime. While most people might think of dimes as a simple 10-cent coin, there's actually much more to this specific year's issue than meets the eye. You might just be sitting on a valuable treasure without even knowing it. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know just how much this 1967 dime could be worth. First, let's set the scene. The year is 1967. It was a time of great change in the United States and around the world. The civil rights movement was gaining momentum, and the space race was in full swing with Apollo missions capturing the world's attention. But while all of this was happening, the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins, including the dime. The 1967 dime, which features the image of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the front and the torch, olive branch, and oak branch on the back, was minted during an era when America was experiencing significant social and economic change. Now, the 1967 dime might seem like just another coin from the 1960s, but there's more going on here than you might think. Let's take a closer look at the coin's history. This particular dime was struck during a period when the U.S. government was transitioning its coinage composition. While the dimes of earlier years were made of 90% silver, by 1965, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition for the dime, as well as other coins. This was a result of rising silver prices and the need to make coin production more cost-effective. But what makes the 1967 dime so interesting in the world of coin collecting? The answer lies in the details. You see, while most of the dimes minted in 1967 were produced with the copper-nickel-clad composition, a small number were still made with silver. These dimes, known as the silver Roosevelt Dimes, were mistakenly struck with the old 90% silver composition, and that's what makes them so valuable today. These silver dimes are extremely rare, and they're one of the most sought-after coins by collectors of U.S. numismatics. So how do you know if you have one of these rare silver dimes? The key is in the weight and composition. A regular 1967 dime, made of copper-nickel, weighs about 2.27 grams. However, the silver dimes, made from the 90% silver composition, weigh around 2.5 grams. This small difference in weight is crucial for collectors and anyone who is looking to identify a potential treasure. Additionally, a silver coin will have a different sound when dropped, so it's always a good idea to give it a quick tap and listen. Copper-nickel coins have a different ring than silver ones, but wait, that's not all. The condition of the coin is just as important as its composition when it comes to determining its value. Coins that have been well preserved and kept in excellent condition are worth much more than those that have been heavily worn. If you come across a 1967 dime that is in uncirculated or near perfect condition, it's likely to fetch a much higher price than one that's been used and abused over the years. Now, let's talk about why this coin has such significant value. The rarity of the 1967 silver dime, combined with its historical significance, makes it an incredibly desirable item for collectors. Since only a small number of these dimes were struck with the old silver composition, they are hard to come by. Most 1967 dimes you'll find today are made from copper-nickel, so it takes a keen eye to spot one of the rare silver versions, and here's where things get really exciting. A 1967 silver dime, in pristine condition, can be worth a small fortune. Depending on the quality and the current market demand, a well-preserved 1967 silver dime can be worth as much as $46,000. Yes, you heard that right, $46,000 for a single dime. That's a lot of money for a coin that originally only had a value of 10 cents. Now, you might be wondering how you can verify if you've got one of these valuable dimes. The first step is to closely examine the coin's weight and feel. As we mentioned earlier, the silver dimes will weigh slightly more than their copper-nickel counterparts. If you think you found one, don't hesitate to get it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. A professional grader will assess the condition of the coin and give it a grade, which will help determine its true value on the market. If you happen to find a 1967 silver dime with a rare minting error, such as a double strike or an off-center impression, the value could increase even further. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin production process, and error coins are highly prized by collectors. If you come across a 1967 dime with an error, it could turn your already valuable coin into a once-in-a-lifetime find. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and the 1967 dime is a perfect example of how something that seems ordinary can actually be extraordinary. These rare silver dimes are just waiting to be discovered, and with the right knowledge and a bit of luck, you might find yourself holding onto a piece of history worth thousands of dollars. So, what should you do if you think you found one of these valuable coins? Start by examining the coin carefully for any signs of being made from silver. Weigh it, listen to the sound it makes, and make sure it hasn't been damaged too much by wear and tear. If it checks out, get it professionally graded to confirm its authenticity. And who knows? You might just find yourself in possession of a rare and highly valuable treasure. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. coins, specifically the 1974 United States $1 dime. While most people might think of dimes as just everyday change, the 1974 dime holds a surprising secret that could make it worth far more than its face value. Stick around until the end to discover just how much a single 1974 dime could be worth. To understand why the 1974 dime is so special, we first need to take a step back in time. The 1970s were a decade of significant change for the United States. From the aftermath of the Vietnam War to the ongoing fight for civil rights, the nation was going through a transformative period. The economy was fluctuating, and the U.S. Mint was busy creating the coinage that would be used by millions of Americans every day. The 1974 dime was one of the many coins minted during this time, but little did anyone know that some of these dimes would become highly sought after by coin collectors years later. At first glance, the design of the 1974 dime may seem familiar. On the obverse, you'll see the classic portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. This design was created by artist John R. Sinek and has been used on the dime since 1946. Roosevelt's image is surrounded by the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year of minting. On the reverse side, you'll see a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols of freedom, peace, and strength, arranged around the word E pluribus unum. It's a timeless design that has remained a favorite among coin collectors. Now, you may be wondering what makes the 1974 dime stand out from the rest. Well, just like many other coins from this era, the 1974 dime was minted with a composition of copper-nickel clad, replacing the previous 90% silver content that had been used in dimes up until 1964. This was due to rising silver prices and the need for more cost-effective coin production. However, while most of the 1974 dimes are made of copper-nickel, some have been struck with unique features or errors that make them extremely valuable to collectors. One of the most important factors contributing to the value of the 1974 dime is its rarity and the potential for minting errors. As with any coin, small mistakes can happen during the production process, leading to coins that are slightly different from the norm. These minting errors can include things like double strikes, off-center coins, or coins with missing details. These rare errors make certain dimes from 1974 even more valuable. Collectors are always on the lookout for these coins, as they are one of a kind and can dramatically increase a coin's value. Another reason the 1974 dime holds such significant value in the numismatic world is its condition. Like most coins, the better the condition, the higher the price. Dimes that have been kept in pristine condition, free from wear and tear, scratches, or discoloration, are far more valuable than those that have been circulated. The 1974 dime, in particular, can sometimes be found in almost perfect condition, especially in rolls of uncirculated coins that were stored away and never used in everyday transactions. The value of a dime in uncirculated condition can be hundreds, even thousands, of dollars more than a standard, circulated dime. But here's where it gets really interesting. While most 1974 dimes may only be worth a few dollars above their face value, certain rare 1974 dimes can be worth far, far more. If you happen to come across a 1974 dime that was struck with a minting error, or one that's in outstanding condition, you could be holding a coin worth thousands of dollars. The highest valued 1974 dimes, particularly those in mint condition or with rare errors, have been known to fetch incredible prices at auctions. And here's the kicker: a 1974 dime in near-perfect condition or with a rare minting error could be worth as much as $49,000. Yes, that's right, $49,000 for a single dime. It's hard to believe that a coin that once only had a value of 10 cents could now be worth such a staggering amount, but that's the power of rarity and condition in the world of coin collecting. If you're thinking about checking your own coin collection or going through your spare change to see if you have a valuable 1974 dime, here's what you should look for. First, check the weight of the coin. The standard 1974 dime weighs 2.27 grams, but if you find one that weighs slightly more, it could be a clue that it's made from silver, or there could be an issue with the minting process that makes it more valuable. Next, inspect the coin carefully for any signs of minting errors, such as double strikes, off-center images, or misprints. These errors can make a huge difference in the coin's worth. Finally, consider the condition of the coin. If it looks nearly brand new and hasn't been scratched or worn down from circulation, you could have a real gem on your hands. If you think you found a rare 1974 dime, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a certified coin expert. A grading service will examine the coin, assess its condition, and provide you with an official grade. The higher the grade, the higher the coin's potential value. Professional grading can help you determine if your 1974 dime is truly a valuable find or if it's just a regular coin that's worth a few dollars more than face value. In conclusion, the 1974 United States $1 dime may seem like an ordinary coin, but in the world of numismatics, it's anything but. With its rich history, potential for rare minting errors, and its importance in the transition from silver to copper-nickel, the 1974 dime is one of those coins that could surprise you with its worth. So, if you find yourself with a 1974 dime, make sure to give it a closer look. You might just have a small treasure in your hands that could be worth a small fortune. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1977 United States $1 dime. You might think of dimes as just another small change, but there's more to this little coin than you'd expect. In fact, a 1977 dime could be hiding a secret that could make you thousands of dollars richer. Stick with us until the end of this video to find out just how much this 1977 dime could actually be worth. Let's set the stage for the year 1977. This was a time when the US was moving through a period of significant change. It was the tail end of the 1970s, a decade marked by social, economic, and political shifts. The country was dealing with inflation, and the effects of the Vietnam War were still being felt. But while the country was going through these changes, the U.S. Mint was quietly producing millions of coins, including the 1977 dimes, that would be used by everyday Americans. Little did they know that some of these dimes would later become highly coveted by collectors, and some could be worth far more than the 10 cents they were originally intended to be. When you look at the design of the 1977 dime, you'll notice something very familiar. The obverse side of the coin features the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's image has been a staple on the dime since 1946, created by the talented artist John R. Sinek. Surrounding Roosevelt's portrait are the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the mint year, 1977. On the reverse side, you'll find a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, a powerful symbol of freedom, peace, and strength, with the phrase, E pluribus unum, encircling it. Now, let's get to the important part, the reason why the 1977 dime might just be hiding a valuable secret. While most of the 1977 dimes were made using a copper-nickel clad composition, similar to other dimes produced after 1964, there are certain unique factors that can make some of these coins extremely valuable. As is often the case with coins, errors during the minting process can create rarities that are highly prized by collectors. This could include things like double strikes, off-center images, or other minting imperfections. These are the coins that stand out, the ones that collectors crave, and they can command big prices. Another factor that influences the value of the 1977 dime is its condition. Like most coins, the value increases significantly based on its condition. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1977 dime that has been carefully preserved, free from wear and tear, you could be sitting on a valuable piece of history. Coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition are highly sought after by collectors because they represent the coin as it was originally intended to be, without the blemishes that come with years of circulation. But here's where things get even more interesting. Some 1977 dimes were struck with minting errors that make them incredibly rare. For example, there are reports of dimes being struck with unusual designs or imperfections, such as a double strike or off-center strikes. These errors are more common than you might think, and when discovered, they often fetch a higher price in the numismatic market. Collectors love these error coins because they are one of a kind, and owning a coin with a unique flaw can be the highlight of any collection. So, what makes the 1977 dime even more intriguing? The answer lies in the sheer rarity of certain versions of this coin. While millions of dimes were produced that year, only a small percentage of them were affected by minting errors or were preserved in exceptional condition. These rare finds can skyrocket in value, sometimes fetching much more than you would expect for a coin that was originally worth just 10 cents. If you're lucky enough to find a 1977 dime that was struck with a rare minting error, or if it happens to be in uncirculated condition, the value could be much higher than you'd think. In fact, certain 1977 dimes have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auction, especially if they have unique characteristics or errors. Now, brace yourselves for the most exciting part. If you happen to find a 1977 dime that has either a rare minting error or is in pristine condition, it could be worth $55,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $55,000 for a single dime. Who would have thought that a coin worth just 10 cents could be worth such a massive amount of money? But that's the magic of rare coins. With their unique history, rarity, and sometimes unexpected flaws, they can fetch prices that are hard to believe. If you're wondering how you can verify whether your 1977 dime is worth this kind of money, here are a few things to keep in mind. Start by checking the weight of the coin. Standard 1977 dimes made from copper nickel will weigh around 2.27 grams, but if the coin is slightly heavier, it could indicate a silver dime or a minting flaw that makes it more valuable. You should also closely inspect the coin for any signs of minting errors. Look for things like double strikes, where the design appears to be repeated, or coins that are struck off-center. These types of errors can make the coin far more valuable than a standard dime. The next step is to examine the condition of the coin. If your 1977 dime looks almost brand new, with no scratches, discoloration, or other damage, then it could be considered uncirculated. Coins in this condition are far more valuable than those that have been worn down through years of circulation. If you're unsure about the coin's condition, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a certified coin expert. Grading services will assess the coin's quality and give it an official grade, which will help determine its value on the market. In conclusion, while the 1977 United States 1 dime may seem like just another piece of change, it's far more than that. If you happen to find one with a rare minting error or in exceptional condition, you could be holding a coin worth a fortune. And as we've seen, a 1977 dime could be worth as much as $55,000, a jaw-dropping amount for a coin that was originally worth just 10 cents. Today, we're diving into the world of rare and valuable U.S. coins, and this time, we're talking about the 1980 United States 1 dime. You might think a dime is just a small coin, not worth much more than its face value, but trust me, this particular dime could be worth a lot more than you might expect. So, if you've got a 1980 dime hanging around or you're curious about this coin's potential, stay with us until the end, and you might just be in for a big surprise. First, let's take a trip back to 1980. The United States was in the midst of an interesting time. The country was dealing with economic challenges, including rising inflation and a struggling economy. The U.S. Mint was busy producing the coins that would circulate across the country, and the 1980 dime was part of that effort. On the surface, the 1980 dime seems like any other. It has the same design as dimes that came before it, featuring the portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse side. Roosevelt, a symbol of leadership and resilience, has been featured on the dime since 1946. Following his passing, the reverse of the coin showcases the same familiar design: a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols that represent liberty, peace, and strength. So, why exactly is the 1980 dime so intriguing, and what makes it stand out in the world of coin collecting? Well, the answer lies in rarity, minting errors, and the coin's condition. You see, coins like the 1980 dime might seem ordinary at first glance, but small differences can make them incredibly valuable. Over the years, some coins were struck with minting errors that resulted in misprints, double strikes, or off-center designs. These types of mistakes, while seemingly minor, can turn a standard coin into something truly special. In fact, error coins are among the most sought-after items for collectors. They are unique, one-of-a-kind pieces, and their rarity makes them highly desirable. Now, you might be wondering what kind of errors to look for when searching for a valuable 1980 dime. Well, error coins can include things like double strikes, where the coin is stamped twice, creating a blurry or overlapping design. Another possible error is an off-center strike, where the design is not properly aligned with the coin's edge, creating an asymmetrical appearance. These minting flaws may seem small, but they can significantly increase the value of the coin, especially if the error is particularly rare or dramatic. Beyond minting errors, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. As with any collectible, the better the condition, the higher the price. Most dimes, including those from 1980, were circulated extensively. Coins that have been used in everyday transactions typically show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, and fading. However, some 1980 dimes were kept in pristine condition, uncirculated and untouched by the rigors of daily use. These coins are far rarer and much more valuable than their worn counterparts. A coin in mint condition is a prized possession for any collector, and it can be worth a significant amount more than a regular, circulated coin. So, what is the 1980 dime worth? Well, while most of these dimes are worth just 10 cents, certain coins in excellent condition or with rare minting errors can fetch much higher prices. If you come across a 1980 dime that is in perfect, uncirculated condition, or if it happens to have a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a treasure worth thousands of dollars. And for those of you who are wondering just how high the value can go, the most valuable 1980 dimes, those with rare errors or in pristine condition, can be worth as much as $58,000 Yes, that's right, $58,000 for a single dime. It's hard to believe that a coin worth just 10 cents could have such an astronomical value, but the world of numismatics is full of surprises. Rarity, condition, and unique features can transform an ordinary coin into a highly coveted collector's item. If you happen to find a 1980 dime with a minting error or in uncirculated condition, you could be holding a coin worth far more than you ever imagined. So, how do you know if your 1980 dime could be worth this kind of money? First, take a close look at the coin's condition. Is it nearly flawless, free from scratches, dents, or discoloration? If so, it could be a potential gem. Next, check for any minting errors. Look for things like double strikes or off-center designs. These could be clues that your coin is a rare, error-struck dime. If you think you've found something special, it's always a good idea to have the coin professionally graded by an expert. Grading services assess the quality of the coin and assign it a grade, which will give you an accurate sense of its value. Finding a rare and valuable coin like the 1980 dime might seem like a stroke of luck, but with a little knowledge and attention to detail, you might just be able to spot one of these hidden treasures. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the world of numismatics, the 1980 dime is a perfect example of how even the most common coins can hold significant value when the right conditions align. In conclusion, the 1980 United States 1 dime is more than just pocket change, it's a potential treasure waiting to be discovered. Whether you're looking for a coin in perfect condition or one with a rare minting error, this little dime could be worth far more than its face value. If you're lucky enough to find one of these dimes, you could be holding a coin worth as much as $58,000. It's an amazing amount for a coin that started as just 10 cents, but that's the power of rare coins in the world of numismatics. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss an exciting discovery in the world of rare coins. Happy collecting, and who knows, you might just have a $58,000 dime sitting in your change jar right now.